everyone, this is a review of the Suzuki VStrom 1000. This is a 2014 model that I actually bought new in 2016. It was significantly on sale. It had been sitting on the floor for quite a while. So the price was right and of good value. What I want to do in this video is go over some of the features that I like about it, some of the features that are included with my model versus the base model, and just give you some general feedback on how it rides, how it handles, and what I really like about the bike. One of the neat features about the VStrom is the adjustable windshield, and I'll show you that a little bit later in this clip. 3 settings, and you can do it on the fly. The looks are quite polarizing. Some people like it, some people don't. That beak is quite a unique feature. Additionally, it's got traction control, hand guards, and other features that we'll walk through. This is the adjustable rear shock, the pre-setting. I also have a battery tender that my dealer installed. Another view of the hand guards that came with this model, the extras, and you can see the headlight configuration there. Regular daytime on top and high beam on bottom. Closer look at the beak too. The bike did come with a center stand. Don't have it down in this shot. And it did come with the 2 side saddlebags. I added the GIVI top case, 55 liter, which works fantastic. Again, this color is a unique one you don't see very often. I've done 1 oil change under 1,000 kilometers, and you can see the oil filter is pretty easy to get at. I really like the different colored shocks, and the brakes work well. 2 front disc brakes with ABS that are very strong. You can see the inverted shocks and the protection on that. I've added a RAM ball mount for my phone, and the other interesting and convenient thing is the auxiliary power jack right in the dashboard. The only thing I got to say about that jack in the dashboard is you have to get the right type of 12-volt mount. Because it is more or less horizontal in there, lots of vibration will shake the 12-volt plug-in loose. So that's something you're going to want to consider. The plastic on the gas tank is a real handy feature. Stops gas spills, and you don't have to worry about scratching the tank all the time. Really enjoying that feature. Here's a view of all the cases I'll talk about later in this video clip. So here I am just taking the bike to my favorite review point. Nice little test drive up the mountain. Gets you some pretty good handling corners, and I found the VStrom to be really easy to handle given its size. The wheelbase is long, so you do get a nice smooth ride, and of course the adjustable rear suspension helps you tune in that ride exactly to how you want it. Right now I have the setting on firm. That's why you hear a little bit of bumping when it goes over these bumps, a little bit of noise, but that's my preference for ride style. Again, it turns in really easy, and it's really easy to handle even at low speeds. So I'm just going to show you how this bike handles at low speeds, and you know, if you're not downhill, like any heavy bike, it takes a little bit of leg muscle to get it moving backwards. especially when you're in a parking lot and you got the handlebars turned the wrong way. This is a little gravel lot that, again, just to show you, it's pretty easy to maneuver around at speed, at a low speed. Really easily to handle, easy handling bike. So the other thing I really like about the bike is the engine, the V twin engine. It's quite powerful. I think it makes somewhere just shy under 100 horsepower and 80 pounds-feet of torque, I believe. You certainly feel that going up and down these hills. Here I'm doing a lot of engine braking just to slow the bike down, but you know, you can leave the bike in second and just twist the throttle and that'll get you up to 70-80 kilometers pretty easily. So the next few video clips are just going to be some drive-bys of the bike, so you can get an appreciation for the size of it and the sound of it as it's driving by. Okay, so this section I'm going to show you how easily it is to take off the bags. I've sped this up to 2 times speed. So again, the hard cases on the side came with the bike, and the other case I've added is the GIVI top case. This is what the bike looks like without the cases on the side. Actually looks pretty cool. You can see the inverted forks and the covers in the front there. In addition, you can see that very large exhaust, which is usually hidden by the side cases. I don't know why they made it that big, but perhaps a good opportunity for an aftermarket exhaust to be in place. And here it is putting the bags back on. It really isn't that hard. It's just taking me a while because I don't do it that very often. So this is a demonstration of how you can adjust the windscreen while you're riding. Just press up, and it's got 3 different levels of adjustment. Of course, the owner's manual gives you warnings on doing that while you're riding, so don't do what I just did. In terms of effectiveness as wind protection, I found the windscreen particularly useful in the full upright position. That works well for me. I'm 6'1", so when I sit on the bike I need that full wind protection. When it's down all the way, the wind protection, the wind actually goes right into my visor, so not quite as comfortable as having it up all the way. As well, if you unscrew a couple of bolts on the windscreen, you can permanently move it up around almost an inch. So I recommend that if you're of any height over, say, 5'10". So here I am returning to my favorite kind of test hill, and I wanted to show you the traction control. Right now I have it on setting 2, which is the most intrusive. If you look in the middle of the tachometer for a flashing light, you can see when the traction control is kicking in. I've purposely cranked the throttle a bit there to demonstrate how it works. It's quite effective. You cannot get that front wheel up with the traction control on. So of course the bike also has ABS in the front and rear disc brakes. So in case someone jumped out in front of this bus I'm going by right now, It stops pretty good. You know, I gotta say the ABS is pretty strong. That's the one thing I really admire about this bike, is its ability to brake. You can get right on all of the brakes, front and back, and there is some nosedive in the front, but the bike still stops really, really, really quickly. So in this last segment, I'm just going over a pretty rough road, just again to give you a sense of how the bike rides, how it sounds, how it feels, and to summarize, I really enjoy the size of the bike. I think this 1000cc engine is strong, really for everyday use that I use it for. It's perfect for city driving, and then on a highway it's got a lot of pulling power. The frame is great. It's a good size. It's not super huge. It's not like a BMW, but it's larger than, say, a NC750. So the frame is really good. The suspension is superb. I like the ability to adjust the rear suspension. The seat is super comfortable, and it's overall a very easy bike to ride. With the price that you can pick one of these up for these days, it's probably the best value you're going to get. The looks are a bit polarizing with the beak and some of the colors, like on my bike. That's probably why it sat around for a number of years. But you know, if you can get past the looks, or if you like the looks, good. But even if you can't get past the looks, or you don't like them, I'd have to say that this is a pretty fun bike to ride. It's got a lot of utility to it, and it's pretty good quality. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.